All right, well, I'm excited to introduce the next two guys, Juwan James and Kareem Jackson, two guys that we're really excited about having here. They fit us offensively and defensively, and the careers that they've had already, anticipate them even getting better. But they're gonna be great fits for us, both offensively, as I said, defensively. The mentality that they play with. Kareem welcomed Philip Lindsay to the NFL when they played up here earlier this year, but the type of physicality that Kareem plays with, as well as Juwan, what we're doing zone scheme-wise, offensively, it's a great fit for Juwan too. So I'm really excited to introduce you to Kareem and Kareem Jackson and Juwan James. And Kareem will be first.
How you guys doing? I guess nobody will say nothing.
Kareem, you played a tough game with the Broncos last year, but you're leaving a playoff team. Why was Denver the right choice for you?
It's a great organization. The defense, new coach coming in, Coach Vic, and it's a great organization. The history here, I just felt it would be a great place for me to be.
Kareem, experience at corner and safety. How much does that versatility help you wherever position you play, knowing the different spots in the secondary?
It helps a lot, with me being able to play the safety spot, just kind of being able to see the entire field, and also preparing and just knowing what the offenses will do. And like I said, being able to see the entire field, both sides, whether it's receiver splits, whether it's recognizing how deep the back is, or, just little things like that. And, it also helped me, also playing corner as well, and one side of the field, and you got to kind of get a feel for receiver splits, formations, just little things like that can definitely help, in your preparing and going into the games on Sundays.
Two-part here. First, do you have a preference of where you'd like to play between corner and safety? And then second, Chris Harris Jr., what are your thoughts on him and lining up alongside him?
I don't really have a preference. I actually kind of enjoy kind of floating around, playing a little bit of everywhere, I feel like that could be an advantage, for us as a team, game planning wise, just depending on what type of skill sets that, the offense possesses in terms of the guys that they have. And like I said, not knowing where I'll be, week in and week out can also be, an advantage for us. And, you mentioned Chris Harris, he's been a great pro in this league, a lot of Pro Bowls and, all pros. So I'm definitely excited to team up with him.
Coach Fangio has said that tackling is non-negotiable. You play a physical style. Is that how you've always been, and what has helped you maintain it as you've aged, where we see a lot of corners get kind of reluctant to tackle as they age in the NFL?
Yeah, I've always been like that. I kind of pride myself on being physical, kind of imposing my will, on receivers or running backs if I get the chance. I think those things throughout the course of a game can kind of change the game. It can, it can spark your team or it can cause turnovers and things like that. Obviously, those things can definitely work in our favor. But, just throughout my career, I've just always been that type of guy. Always been able to, or always wanted to, kind of get in down in the line and be physical and tackle.
Kareem, facing Flacco throughout your career, what stands out about the way he runs an offense?
He's definitely a big-time talent. Has a huge arm, can definitely make every throw on the field. He's always had the command of his offense and, getting him in the right plays and, the things that he's always wanted to do. And a lot of times you can kind of try to get reads on different quarterbacks, but it's hard to kind of read him. He's always kind of even keel out there. But, I'm sure he's a great leader in the locker room and definitely excited to, be on the same team with him.
There's been so much conversation about that hit on Philip Lindsay. John just brought it up here again. Where does that one stack up in your career?
It's probably, I think I got a 1A and a 1B. That's probably the 1B. I had a similar hit a couple years back against the Vikings, a guy about the same size as Philip. So it's always better when you get a chance to hit somewhat of a smaller guy. But it's actually the same side of the field, a little swing route, and I had a chance to kind of, get a good hit on him. So, for me, situations like that throughout the course of a game, man, for me, I'm looking for hits like that. You know, like I said, it could be, you know, those plays like that can determine the game.
Yeah, Kareem, what was the plane ride like in with Joe and Juwan? What was maybe the highlight?
It was
good line.
It was kind of late, so I was napping a little bit. I'm not sure what the other guys were doing, but it was a pretty smooth ride. And then we got off, and then it was, 15 degrees? Was it 15? So it kind of woke me up right there. But it was a pretty smooth ride in.
Kareem, this is the first time you've left Houston in your career. What has this process been like the last couple of weeks for you and your family?
Just been trying to take it all in. Like you said, I've been in Houston for 9 years. You know, for me, I just look at it as a new opportunity. You know, a chance to come to a great organization. You know, a new team with a great group of guys. You know, for me, I just want to fit in and, you know, be a piece to the puzzle to, you know, help the guys go out and compete at a high level and win.
You talked about wanting to come into a Vic Fangio team. What is it about a Vic Fangio defense that appeals to you?
For me, with the secondary, you know, I had a chance to watch the guys in Chicago a lot this year, you know, and they played some great defense. You know, I'm pretty close, pretty good friends with Kyle Fuller, and he said nothing but great things about, you know, Coach Vic. But just for me, just getting a chance to kind of, you know, play with my eyes, you know, and be instinctive and react. You know, I don't know a DB in this league that, you know, don't want to be in these types of defenses where they can kind of see the quarterback and kind of read and react and, you know, get a chance to make some plays on the ball.
Last one, Eric. Kareem, you've been available, able to stay on the field for your whole career. How much of that do you think adds to your value as a player, and what's kind of been the secret to your success there?
Man, it's been a blessing that I've been able to be healthy, you know, throughout my career. Just a couple of nicks here and there. But I think it plays a huge part. You know, I have my routine that I try to stick to. You know, it's been working for me. So, you know, I definitely won't, you know, go astray from that. You know, I continue to do what I do and, you know, and whatever things that I need to add or I may add into my routine, you know, I'll implement that and, you know, and hopefully I can continue to stay healthy throughout the rest of my career.
Thank you very much, Kareem.
No problem.
Yeah, Juwan, James.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Juwan, what was the appeal of coming here? And I know you have some family connections to Denver. Did that play a part?
Yeah, it was a lot of different things. One that I keep talking about is tradition here. You know, I came here in 2014 as a rookie, and this was one of the most hostile environments I ever played in. You know, these fans are crazy out here, and they're all about it. And talking about family, my wife's from out here, from Thornton, and just coming out here over the years, visiting. Like I said, you see it again, all the Broncos gear, all the Broncos fans everywhere, and then that's all they talk about. So I'm excited to be a part of this tradition.
Working with Chris Cooper the last couple of years, how much do you think that'll help your transition to this team?
It'll help a lot. I love Coop. Coop's helped over the past 3 years, and he's going to help with the transition as well. You know, Coach Munchak, I just got done talking with him. I'm excited to work with him. He's one of the best in the business, and I feel like he's going to help me reach my full potential.
What do you think about the current Broncos? Your current teammates are going to be joining, and Garrett Bowles, Connor McGovern, and kind of some other guys on the line.
I'm excited. It's a lot of potential in that room. And like I said, we got Coach Munchak, and he's going to get out of all of us. You know, we're going to all work his technique. We're going to grind every day. And I think in any O-line room, there's a certain type of, you know, feel of brotherhood. And I feel like, you know, I want to definitely come and add to that and try to be a leader in this room.
Juwan, what is the key for you moving forward? When you're on the field, you've shown you can be real solid. What is the key for you moving forward? And did you ever imagine where you'd be the highest paid right tackle in the history of the NFL? How did that when that all came down?
Yeah, never really truly imagined it, but it's all a blessing. Honestly, you know, it's just credit to, you know, work and everything that goes to it, and you know. People talk about pressure with it and things like that. I feel like I'm a guy who competes with myself all the time. You know, I feel like as long as I'm holding myself to the highest standard, you know, I'm going to be fine. And I'm excited to get to work here. That's the biggest thing. I'm excited to get to work and win some ball games.
Juwan, John said he thinks you can be the long-term solution at right tackle. Why do you think you can be that guy?
Just off the things I've said, you know, I'm going to work hard. You know, the scheme, like he said, it fits me well. You know, me being athletic and me doing it the past 2 years, I can't wait, you know, to get in here and the backs we have, you know, to do it with. And somebody brought up Flacco, you know, just being on a plane with him, seeing the type of guy he is and the leader he's going to be. So I'm excited to work with everybody here in this organization.
Kind of a two-part question. You mentioned your wife's from here, so I'm curious, how did you guys meet? And then is she cool leaving South Florida to come back home? Because there's probably a reason she was in South Florida.
Man, talking about her, she's from Thornton. We met at the University of Tennessee. She was a legendary softball player out here, Gatorade National Player of the Year. Made it to Tennessee. We met there. And really, I think she's fine leaving South Florida. She gets to come out here to see her family. Her mom's here with us today, and most of her family's in that Broomfield area or down here in Castle Rock. So we're all excited about it. It was no problem leaving. You know, this is the next chapter of our life, and we're excited about it.
Yes, Juwan, just the zone blocking that it looks like the Broncos are going to do a lot. Have you done much of that, and what do you think about playing in that type of system?
Yes, sir. I love it. I love it because not only do you get to have the athleticism part of it and running all day, but you get to be physical in the run game. That's a big part that any O-lineman loves. You get a chance to play on their side of the ball, on the defensive line side, and bring it to them every play and not just be sitting back, you know, and you can bring it to them. So I'm excited about that. And like I said, I got to talk with Coach Munchak for about an hour upstairs, and he got me all riled up right now.
Juwan, who do you consider your biggest mentors that you've had through your career to this point that's allowed you to sign such a big contract and have this opportunity?
First, just a mentor in life is my mother. She's here today. She's helped me be the man I am today to be able to stand here in front of y'all. Football-wise, I got to give it to Brandon Albert and a guy, Jamon Bushrod. You know, Brandon Albert, I was a rookie coming in to the Dolphins, and he took me under his wing, showed me the ropes, taught me about the game. And Jamon Bushrod is another older guy who really, you know, kept me level-headed, always, you know, took me under his wing to work as well. So I give credit to those two guys.
Last one, Eric. Juwan, last year career low in penalties. What was the key there to improving? And then you mentioned the backfield briefly. What do you think about the combo of Freeman and Lindsey?
With the penalties, man, you know, it's just another extra step of focus. You know, you don't let go, you know, when you're blocking, just little things, you know, not too many pre-snap penalties and things like that. And the backs, I'm super excited. You know, it's crazy, you know, you watch film all week on different teams, and, you know, I just kept seeing this kid, Lindsey, pop up. He's popping runs here, popping runs there. And now to be able to be, you know, on this team in block form, I'm excited, and especially all the other guys in that room. I just want to give them the opportunity to go out there and be confident and know that, hey, I got their back. So, you know, if it's people gang tackling them, I'm right there behind them to help them up. So I want them to go out there and play confident.
Thank you very much, Juwan. We'll do a follow-up.
Thanks.
Kareem maybe in the middle. Allow Kareem and Juwan in the middle there. John, one side. Coach, you can be on this side.